If you go to the gym every single day, but you still don't look like you work out, it's probably because you're making this one mistake. You're not tracking what you're doing. So I see this all the time as a strength coach and a sports nutritionist. We think we're doing all the things, but we actually don't have any data to support any of it. So let's break it down. First things first, you need to track your steps. You need to track your water, you need to track your food, and yes, you need to track your workouts. So what does this mean? This means that you're doing the same type of workout every Monday, for example, the same type of workout every Tuesday, etc. So on Mondays, maybe it's pull day, you're doing pull movements. On Tuesday, maybe it's quad and booty day, you're doing quad and booty movements, right? And you're following that cadence, you're following a program like that, whether by someone or by you, for at least 12 weeks. We cannot say that something isn't working if we're not doing it for at least 12 weeks. And it's not enough just to do the same kinds of exercises. So for example, if you don't literally want to do like a barbell deadlift every Tuesday, you could do an RDL, or you could do a single leg deadlift, or you could do a trap bar deadlift, etc. But you're doing the same kinds of movements at minimum, so you get better at those movements, and so you can implement progressive overload. How do you know if you're actually implementing progressive overload? You can't just go by if it feels hard, if it feels challenging, because your brain is going to do and revert to whatever is easiest. So you actually need to track the weights that you're using and the reps. You are not a robot. You cannot possibly remember all these combinations. Don't tell me that you know. You don't know. You don't know your 10 rep max, your 11 rep max, your 12 rep max, and your 7 rep max for every single exercise that you do in the gym. I don't care how smart or how amazing your memory is. I have a pretty good memory. No one's remembering all that. Write it down. So there are a lot of apps out there that will help you do this, like mine. Don't use a pen and paper, because a pen and paper isn't going to give you that full log without you literally flipping back to every single freaking page. So at least use a digital tracker of some kind. So the next time you go to barbell RDLs, like our example, you know exactly how much weight you should be repping for 10 reps. You know exactly how much weight you've done in the past for 11 reps. So that way you can make sure that this time you're either doing extra reps or you're doing more weight for the same number of reps. That's how you implement progressive overload. If you're not implementing progressive overload, if you're not following a proper program, if you're not resting, meaning you're doing like, you're never taking a rest day, or you're not doing like upper, lower, you're not tracking your food, you're not tracking your steps, you will, quite simply, you're leaving your results up to chance. There's no way to confirm that you will, in fact, reach the goals that you have set. You have to track everything. And before you say it takes too long, you're too busy, you're not. I've literally yet to meet anyone who's too busy to do the things that are required to reach their goals. You simply have to adjust your mindset. You have to reframe what takes a few seconds, a few times a day, and understand that this is how you get to where you want to be. And the more you bitch and the more you moan about the steps required, the further you'll stay from your goals. The people that you are jealous of, the people that have these things down on lock, don't even think about them anymore, because they just do them. They wake up, they brush their teeth, they wash their face. It's that innate to me to track everything. It's really not a big deal. You're only making it a big deal. So next time you don't understand why you're not where you want to be, I want you to look at the data and say, is what I'm actually doing getting me closer? Or am I telling myself this story that I'm doing everything when in fact I'm leaving my gains on the table? And I say this with love, I say this with respect, because I used to be in your shoes and I wasted my own freaking time, and I don't want that for you. You deserve better, so start acting like it.